you ever, this is probably a horrible analogy, but what the heck? You know that one person who you're close with, you're like, deep down they've got a good heart, but on occasion, they're just a knucklehead. They just do stuff like, what the heck were you even thinking there, dude? That's how I feel about Shedeur Sanders right now. Like, as a kid, love him. I love his, he is similar in some ways to his dad, and you guys know the respect and admiration I have for Deion Sanders. Heck, you just heard it earlier. I literally quote him before carving up the context every single week. I love Coach Prime. Love the guy. And so as a dude, like, I think Shedeur would be like the best hang in the world. The problem is that doesn't necessarily translate to putting yourself in the best position to be successful in your particular business, depending on what your circumstances are. And what I mean by that is this. So it got announced yesterday, or actually this morning, I believe. No, it was yesterday, that Dillon Gabriel, obviously he was the other rookie quarterback that the Browns drafted in the 2025 class. He will be the starting quarterback this Sunday morning in London against the Minnesota Vikings. Joe Flacco, who's been dreadful through 4 games. Again, he's old. Like, it's Joe Flacco's a Super Bowl champion, but we know his time's passed. So he's going to start. Flacco got demoted to backup. Shedeur stays at third string. And Shedeur was kind of vocal a few days ago about the fact that, hey, I feel like I can play. I can do my thing. I can be the Browns starter. For the record, I agree with him. I think he is better than Dillon Gabriel. I think his measurables are better than Dillon Gabriel. Moves better than him. Decent, arm strength. Not great arm strength, but decent. Accurate enough. Actually, he's the most accurate quarterback in college football history in terms of completion percentage, if I'm not mistaken. So Shedeur could play. We know this. But the Browns drafted Dillon Gabriel higher. Shedeur was a 5th-round pick. That's what it is. And he was, I think, completely unfairly ripped to shreds by someone I will respectfully describe as one of the worst football analysts on television, Rex Ryan. You can see why he has not been a head coach in the NFL for a decade. That's neither here nor there. I mean, it's bad takes on a weekly basis from that guy, but whatever the case may be. And he was just ripping him. Hey, why are you talking? Get in the film room, work. Don't say anything. You're the backup. And let's just say Shedeur Sanders took what Rex Ryan said quite literally. Those that are listening on the podcast, I would usually say play the audio, take a listen, but there ain't much to listen to. This is mostly for the YouTube X, Facebook, and Instagram audience. This is what Shedeur Sanders sort of said, but actually didn't say. Here you go.
Vocally, anything to say?
I guess it's one. Just one more. What do you think you have to show to the coaches just to have them have that belief in you that you can be ready?
What can you say?
How much has Joe been important to both of you and Dillon in terms of your guys' development to this point?
Y'all might as well. That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So here's the thing. Is it absurd, in my estimation, that Shedeur Sanders fell all the way to the 5th round? Yeah, I think it is. I thought he was based on how weak the quarterback draft was this year, I thought he was a late round draft pick. I did. Him falling to the 5th round, people had said it was collusion against Deion Sanders. You guys know I despise conspiracy theories to my core, and there's no shred of evidence we have to back up any of that. If we don't have evidence to back it up, don't full-throated say, hey, I actually know that this happened, even though we have no evidence to say that it happened. Regardless, with that all said, as unfair as it was that Shedeur was a 5th-round pick, that's his reality. That's the NFL's a dog-eat-dog league. Professional sports in general is a harsh business. That was a set of circumstances. Now he has an opportunity. That's the beauty of sports, man. You get to prove everybody wrong. That's the greatest. Max Kellerman, shout out to Max Kellerman. He said, like, one of the greatest things in sports is that the athletes write their own scripts. And that's very, very true. So Shedeur Sanders, and I said this all throughout the preseason, golden opportunity ahead of him. An opportunity to say, hey, you know what? If I can step up, if I can have a good preseason, which he had a great first preseason game against Carolina, missed the second preseason game, and then the third one, he was dreadful against the Los Angeles Rams. Took some bad sacks. He did not play well whatsoever. But given that, okay, ahead of me in the depth chart, old Joe Flacco, he's not lasting the season. Dillon Gabriel, who drafted higher than me, but is more physically limited than me. 17 games? I mean, we're just now to day 1 of October, and we've already got Dillon Gabriel in the lineup. And unless Browns fans or anyone out there thinks Dillon Gabriel is going to go out there and tear it up, Shedeur's going to play. Given the fact, especially, that thanks to the Travis Hunter trade, the Cleveland Browns get 2 first-round picks in a stacked quarterback class in 2026. So they want to see if Dillon Gabriel's got it. They want to see if Shedeur Sanders has got it. And if not, okay, got 2 picks. We can take a quarterback with one of them. Shedeur will play this year, but he's certainly not helping his case. And the fact of the matter is this, is when you're a 5th-round draft pick, which Shedeur was fairly or unfairly, I think it was unfair, but that's the set of circumstances he found himself in. The first overall pick in the draft, Cam Ward, who I and most believe was the best quarterback in this draft. Weak draft, but he was the best. Number 1 overall pick, Tennessee Titans out of Miami. This was Cam Ward answering a question about the Tennessee Titans 0-4 start. I sort of alluded to it on Monday's show, but here's the bite. Get the kids out the room because there's some profanity involved. But this is what Cam Ward said after the Titans lost to the Texans on Sunday.
So, I mean, we keeping the buck right now. We ass. So we 0-4. We have this point. We got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our fucking games, and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in. Especially myself on the offensive line, from the defensive line, from the special teams to all 3 faces. We have to play together. We have not played together this year yet. And that's just something that, you know, we want to preach about it every day. Every day we got to do better. And we're doing that, but it has to show up on Sundays. It hasn't showed up yet, but it got to show up next week.
Not great. Forget the profanities. We've seen quarterbacks do that before. Lamar Jackson's done it before. Like, plenty of guys have done it. Dak has. It's I'm just keep it real, man. We're ass. We're terrible. Oh, Shedeur Sanders wouldn't get away with that. Yeah, because he wasn't the first pick. Just look no further than the last 3 picks of the first round of not the first round, the entire draft in general. Cam Ward, not great in the press conference, and I like Cam Ward. I do. I think he's in a bad situation with Brian Callahan, the offensive line, all of it. Last year's first overall pick, who I loved then and still full-heartedly believe in Caleb Williams. There's been some maturity questions with him as well. But he's 10 times more talented than Shedeur Sanders, with a better college career, far higher upside, and he was the first pick. Of course he's going to get a longer runway. Bryce Young, first overall pick in 2023, and I've defended Bryce. Bryce has not lived up to being the first pick in 2023, to put it mildly. But he's still there in Carolina in year 3 because they had a lot invested in him. He's a first-round pick. The Browns don't have a lot invested in Shedeur Sanders. You know, the New England Patriots didn't have a lot invested in that 6th-round pick number 199 in 2000. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But came in the building, studied, did his thing, good with the media, got his opportunity, became the greatest quarterback of all time. Certainly that's not what we're asking Shedeur Sanders to do. Those are a bit lofty, but you get the point, is that these are the set of circumstances you find yourself in. Which, by the way, it could be worse. You could be in a situation where there's a clear-cut, no-doubt starter, and you're not sniffing the field barring injury. Well, Joe Flacco's ahead of you. He's not finishing the season. He couldn't even get out of September without getting benched. And now Dillon Gabriel, who, unless y'all think he's going to ball out, I don't. Nothing against the kid, but he's got some physical limitations at that position. I don't see him lasting terribly long as the starter for the Browns in 2025. Shedeur will get an opportunity. The Browns are going to want to see. They got 2 first-rounders next year. I said this back in August. Play the kid, see what he has. If he's got it, maybe we have our guy. If we don't, 2 first-round picks in 2026, get our quarterback then. So, again, I like Shedeur a lot, and this doesn't change that. I think he's a good kid. I think he was raised well. Y'all know what I think about Deion. I have the utmost respect for the guy. but you're not doing yourself any favors with this, man. And by the way, and this is a message to a lot of young athletes, because guys, gals, I'm in your generation. I'm Gen Z. I'm on social media. I get it. I'm obviously not in y'all's position of being professional athletes. That's a whole different level of pressure. I get that. I empathize with that. To Shedeur in particular, Rex Ryan has literally no bearing on your standing with the Cleveland Browns. Why give him the satisfaction of knowing, got him, responded to me. Now I'm going to rip him on the NFL Sunday Countdown on Sunday, and then on Get Up on Monday. Don't put yourselves in a position you don't have to be in. It's hard enough as is. Don't dig yourself a deeper hole. So shout out to Shedeur. I really like the kid a lot. I do. He didn't have to do this. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.